Roselle. After 43 years of practice and over 1 million patient visits, the Roselle Center for Healing knows what works and knows how you can take control of your health and wellness. My team of doctors practice 21st century integrative medicine. Whether you suffer from chronic pain and fatigue, allergies, or headaches, we can help. Take charge of your health before it's too late. Make an appointment today. Call 703-698-7117 or visit online at rosellecare.com. That's rosellecare.com.
Breast cancer is a major health risk to all women. It can silently grow uninterrupted for years. The Thermography Centers of Fairfax reminds all women to conduct monthly and annual breast exams. Consider a thermography scan from the Thermography Centers as an adjunct to your routine breast exams. Digital infrared thermal imaging is safe and non-invasive. For more information and to schedule an appointment, call 703-520-7591 or visit thermographycenters.com.
Are you dental phobic? Do you neglect your dental health because of fear and anxiety? A beautiful smile begins with exceptional dental care, and you can trust in the expertise of Soft Touch Dental Care and Dr. Michael Chung. Soft Touch Dental Care is unlike any dentist office you'll ever experience. Their warm and welcoming environment is designed to soothe fears and anxiety the moment you arrive, and they're especially pleased to pamper their honored guest patients. Dr. Michael Chung is a professional and leading expert in all areas of comprehensive dentistry, including cosmetic, sedation, neuromuscular, TMJ, and implant dentistry. Offering state-of-the-art technology, Dr. Chung can give you the smile of your dreams. Arrange for a complimentary consultation today with Dr. Michael Chung and experience the expertise that makes Dr. Michael Chung so unique. Call 703-319-6990. That's 703-319-6990. Or visit bestinsmile.com. That's bestinsmile.com.
This is Dr. Tom Roselle, author of Ageless Health. Health is a do-it-yourself program. My book, now also available in audio version, is a step-by-step program of how to take control of your health and wellness without drugs or needless surgery. You have the capacity to change your health and level of well-being. Take control of your health today and order Health is a Do-It-Yourself program.
For more information and to order, please visit agelesshealthbook.com. That's agelesshealthbook.com. Educate, engage, empower. Take control of your health with Dr. Tom Roselle and the Roselle Center for Healing. Information is power. Achieve an ultimate state of wellness with Dr. Tom Roselle's Education Lecture Series Video on Demand. Discover how to create an extraordinary life of optimal health and wellness. Visit drtomroselle.com/education. That's drtomroselle.com/education.
The information provided on Dr. Tom Roselle Live by Dr. Tom Roselle, D.C., interview guests, show co-hosts, or substitute hosts is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. It is for general information purposes only. Information from this broadcast should not replace the appropriate consultation and examination process by a licensed physician. Always consult your own physician prior to changing.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ageless Health Livestream, and I'm here with you. We're talking about your feet today. Guess what? There's this beautiful day out there. It's called Sunshine Sunday, and you can see the arrow coming down my face. That's just, the good old process. So if I move to this side of the camera, we're in between the two of them. You can see me a little better. If I move the other way and I have them move the screen, then we have it in a little different position. So we're going to go back and forth a little bit, and you're going to say, what are you doing? Stay put. Well, I will until it hits my face again. But let's get into the program. I want to invite you on the 22nd of this month, coming up, and it's a week from Wednesday. Dr. Harlan Browning will be your lead presenter with me, yours truly, and we're going to talk about your feet. We're going to talk about how your feet can cause destabilization in the entire spine, can give you headaches, can give you back pain and so forth. But how do you know it's your feet? Well, we're going to show you that. We're going to show you exactly how to determine whether these dogs of yours, these feet, are causing part of the problem. So join us, and make sure you know how to register. You just go to drtomrosell.com and register, or simply go to the phone and pick us up and say 703-698-7117, or you do it the old-fashioned way with your finger and you put it in place and call us, and our staff will happily register you. And just remember, if you can't make it, let us know so we can plan it for somebody else. Now let's get into the program. We're going to talk a little bit about your feet and the things that you need to do. You know, in the first part of the program on WMAL on 105.9 FM, I was talking about walking around barefooted. You know, that's called grounding to many of you. And when you walk barefooted and you're grounding, there's actually an electrical field that vibrates from the earth and it becomes part of you. And it's really true. It's measurable. I'm not talking about walking barefooted necessarily on cement, but walking on your grass. Go outside and walk around. Those of you who are lucky enough to live near sand, and many of you have picked up our programs all over the place, go outside and walk on sand and walk at least 2 miles every day. Why 2 miles? Well, there's a tremendous amount of studies out there that say if you walk 2 miles habitually, daily, every day, doesn't say how fast, just means you're walking, right? You have a 50% less chance of dying of a disease process than people who don't walk 2 miles every day. Isn't that interesting? And that's real data. That's real numbers. So if you have a 50% less chance of dying of a disease process, if you did nothing more than go for a walk outside, or if you can do it constantly and walk 2 miles in your house, up the stairs and down the stairs, around the rooms and back and forth, okay, get it done that way. But let's do something different in 2025. Wouldn't it be great if you could do that? So, hey, listen, we're going to give you things to fix your feet with today. Go to drtomrosell.com, and there's some items there that I think that you'll enjoy. One's called Trameal. Go to Angel's Health, the store, the eye store. So you have Trameal, and you have Dead Sea salts. And so you take the Dead Sea salt, you get about a half a cup of it, and put it in a basin of water. Put your feet in there when they're sore, and you'll do a couple of things. One, you're going to detox your feet. You're going to get rid of the swelling and help encourage lymphatic drainage. But you're also going to allow your feet to heal and to relax. And then the Trameal, you get that, you just push it out a little bit and you rub it on your feet, and it decreases the inflammation. It heals all kinds of things. Now, the only things that you have to worry about when you walk barefooted, and if you come to my house, I answer the door. I'm going to answer except if we're having a party. And even then, I don't like doing it, but I will meet you and greet you barefooted because that's just the way I do me. And I've been doing that for years. And I'm walking all the time. If you see me in the office, I'm doing laps around the area. Sometimes I won't even take the shortest route to a patient because we've got a 6,000 square foot facility. So it's a big rectangle. So I can just do laps, and it helps me during the day. And so here's the deal. Those of you who actually will walk, actually go barefooted, you're outside and in a barefooted way, you increase your cognitive capacity, you'll decrease your dizziness, as you step, oh my God, I'm unstable. I promise you, it helps a lot. So if you're willing to do that and challenge yourself and do it for 30 days, anybody can do anything for 30 days. So here's how I want you to start your day. I want you to get up, and as drugged as you are and your head's kind of not there, stumble down to your sink, get a glass of water, drink about 8 to 10 ounces of water, put that down, and get yourself and go outside. Even in today's weather, put a hat on, put a scarf around, and go for a walk. And that coldness will exhilarate your body. It'll upregulate your body's capacity. Your immune system will kick in even better. Yes, much to a lot of people's thought process, immunologically, that cold opposed to hot, now it's cold. Guess what it does? It stimulates your immunological responses, your testosterone level, your growth hormone, and so forth. But I'm saying cover your head, right? And put a scarf around the back of your neck and go for a walk. And, I was saying on the program a little bit earlier, when, I get up in the morning, this time of the year, I go outside. We still have our Christmas lights up, and I got to unplug them. But I'm outside, and I got a T-shirt on. Sometimes I don't have a shirt on. I know, scary thought, right? But then I go, I unplug the Christmas lights. And I go out into the garage. I have to unplug the other side of the Christmas lights. And about that time, I'm awake. Brain's functioning. I'm doing well. Then I go in and I have, a cup of tea and start my day, and I start my little meditation. But we're talking about your feet. We're not talking about that. So we talked about stimulating the receptors in your feet by using a golf ball, right? So here's your old Tootsies. And you're going to get a golf ball. You're going to put it on the floor, and you're going to roll your foot back and forth, side to side, all the way up one side, all the way down the other, back and forth, side to side. And you're going to do it slowly. And you're going to keep that golf ball with you, because wherever you're at, kick your shoe off, put that golf ball on the ground, and stretch out that fascia, that saran wrap covering, if you will, that plastic covering around your feet. I use it that way. It's not plastic, but it's a fascial layer. And it'll allow the muscles to work better. Will it be sore initially? Maybe. That's where you're going to get the Dead Sea salt, and you're going to soak your feet, and you're going to get the Trameal, and you're going to help yourself like that. You go slowly, because otherwise you can maybe get a few blisters. So maybe you're only going to go a little bit of ways with your shoes off, and then you put some shoes on. But you want shoes that aren't going to hold you and like a cast on your feet. You want them very gentle in movement. Now, here's the deal. If you're walking around with shoes all the time, if you're cramped in those shoes, if you have no flexibility in those shoes, you have all kinds of receptors within the foot, on the base of your foot, that are not getting stimulated. If you look up foot reflexes on the computer, old Dr. Google, right? What you're going to see is that in the center of the foot, there's all kinds of things that affect your intestinal tract, all kinds of things that affect your liver, your gallbladder. Then you get further up and you get into the head and neck area and so forth, pituitary gland, pineal, and so forth. And just by getting in there and stimulating by using a golf ball, or you can bend over, you can get it with your fingers, then get in and dig, you will upregulate your whole body's health immunologically, your response to virtually everything. Isn't that cool? Isn't that easy? Something very simple that you can do on a day-to-day basis. And you keep that golf ball with you. So no matter where you are, you're just kind of stimulating slowly, absent-mindedly. You're rolling your foot, and you can get it done. Cool. What else can you do? Well, we talked about grounding. Go out for a walk. Walk around the house barefooted. Use your toes to start picking things up. Tear up a whole bunch of pieces of paper, put it on the floor, and use your toes to grab the paper and take it from one spot to the other, one spot to the other, and so forth. And you'll strengthen your feet. Stretch your foot out. Go against the wall and put your foot up against the wall and stretch it back as best you can. And standing up straight going into it. For some of you, it's going to like, oh my God, this hurts. Yeah, because you have no flexibility, but you want to get that flexibility back. On the 22nd, Dr. Browning and I are going to talk about how your feet affects your entire skeletal health. The pain patterns that show up, the back of the head, your shoulder pain, your low back pain. Muscles don't seem to be firing right. It could be your feet, particularly in your neck. Did you know that you have a bone in your foot right about where the ankle hits and just in front of it called the talus? And that talus has a direct effect on the strength of your neck flexors. If the talus is dropped on one side, then what you might see is the head rotated back like this and tilted, because this muscle here is no longer firing the way that it's supposed to fire. So you go in and you fix that, and all of a sudden you didn't do anything here, but your head goes like this. Now it's straight again. It's cool, right? So you have to be aware that those things can take place. Now, when we, on the rare events that we actually get a patient that needs stabilizers, meaning inserts, orthotics, we have them walk on a mat, and we can see their acceleration, deceleration. We have them stand on the mat, and we can see where things are dropping off one side compared to the other. And then we can make them, and by the way, if you're our patient and we're treating you structurally, neurologically, biochemically for a lot of other things, and we do those for you, it's not the couple $1,000 or $1,000 you're going to pay someplace else, if you will, to have all that work done. It's like, $600, 400 and something. It's not expensive. So, but we don't do them all the time. They're not necessary all the time. They have to be done in very specific need basis. And that need is very, very small percentage of you, even though there's a lot of marketing out there that says everybody needs orthotics. What you need to do is you need to take your shoes off and go for a walk. You're around your house. The first thing I do, as I said earlier, I walk in the house, my shoes come off and they get put in the corner. Then, I walk around and then I go upstairs and I put on, even in this weather, I put on, just loosely bound sweats and a t-shirt to, kind of hang out, but I'm walking barefooted around the house. We've got a pretty sizable house, but the point of it is that you too can do this, whether it's apartment size, whether you have a townhouse. Townhouse is even better, right? You got to go up and down the stairs. Good deal. Use and exaggerate the movement up and down the stairs. Even if you're hurting, you'll find that if you walk barefooted, even with soreness, that soreness over time will become less. And particularly if you get in, you work the bottom of your feet, you roll that golf ball out it, you massage your feet, you do things of that nature. And then when you come and see us on the 22nd of January, we're really going to give you all kinds of things to do to help and tell you what can be done. You have a whole bunch of bones here in the foot. It's called the tarsal bones. And if they're not supporting the right way, everything above it goes down the drain. And we want to make sure. And then once that happens, by the way, now you got to fix both ends. And sometimes, by the way, your feet will be affected by things further up. So it can go either way. And we want you to appreciate that. We want you to show you what really takes place. I promise you that you're going to learn a whole lot on the 22nd. Join us. The professor, Dr. Browning, is an amazing, amazing guy when it comes to joints, particularly the feet and the knees and things like that. He's got his act together. This guy's been with me 23 years now, I think. And he continually impresses me and impresses upon me that I've got to look at a lot of different platforms and parts of the puzzle. So join us and go from there. And again, it's not about you running off and buying orthotic. It's trying to find out what's really causing the problem. You were born, you had good tootsies, right? They were there. They were firing the way they were supposed to. But over time, those tootsies begin to break down. And they do it for a lot of reasons. Sometimes the muscles that pull the foot up like this are not working. There's a long one that comes down the front of your leg. I wish I could stand up and show this to you, but then we'd probably distort the entire camera. But if it goes down like this and it pulls it up like this, it's called the tibialis anterior muscle. This bone, the big bone, the lower part of your leg, is called the tibia. It comes over like this and kind of slightly crosses over and it pulls your foot up like this. If you can't lift that up, it could be for a couple of reasons. One, it could be the foot itself is not working the way it's supposed to, but it also could come from your low back at the fifth disc space. And there's ways of figuring that out. One supports the other. Remember I said the feet support the entire structural component of the spine, but alternatively as well, the spine, if it's not working the way it's supposed to, will cause your feet to be bad. And so we have to make sure that we work that. Did you know that, we talked about all these receptors that you have in your foot? That can often cause problems with hormonal dysfunction. Guys, it can affect your prostate too. Guess what? Everything is intimately interconnected throughout your entire system. Wouldn't it be cool to find out if those things are in fact your problem? Well, we're going to do that in the 22nd. We're going to really walk you through that and take care of it. By the way, just as a reminder, on the radio portion of this program in WMAL 105.9, I started doing an In the News segment. And what we were talking about today is this stupid bird flu that's out there, right? And they're scaring you. They're trying to say, okay, if you have the bird flu, you're going to be in like major trouble. You're going to die. Oh my God, get your vaccination and all of those crazy things that they tell you about. Well, here's the deal. The bird flu, as of January of this year, 2025, there have been 66 confirmed cases of this H5N1 bird flu across the United States since 2024, and 67 cases since 2022. I don't know about you, but I'm not getting really excited about this. You know me. I'm the guy that chooses not to put a lot of junk in my body. But you're getting these phone calls from your drugstores. You're hearing it on television. The radio ads are out there. And they're trying to get you to say, oh, my God. And what do? The first person, they said over 65, the only person that has died. You have an increased risk on a day-to-day basis of just putting your nose outside the door. And we're worried about this H5N1 bird flu stupidity. I don't know about you, but here's what you got to do, right? I'm going to give you the steps to make sure that you're protected. Take your vitamin D every day. I take 10,000 units every day, summer, winter, fall. Take zinc, 30 milligrams to 50 milligrams every day. Take vitamin C, 750 milligrams twice a day for this old boy here. And then I take a good probiotic because your microbiome is 85% of your immune system. So if you did nothing more than that, and then guess what? Walk. And then the next piece is you do what? Get rid of the sugar that you went into a coma with over the holidays. You have to understand that sugar rapidly decreases your immunological response. 1 teaspoon of sugar or sugar equivalent decreases your immunological response by 12% for 8 hours. So if you have a soda, which is about 12 teaspoons of sugar, if you have a piece of bread that's white bread that's loaded with sugar, if you have a piece of candy, if that's how many of those you get during the day, you grab a candy bar. How much do you think your immune system is actually protecting you? Plus the fact if you went out and got all the vaccines that they want you to get, the COVID vaccines and so forth and so on, and this vaccine, you're getting a singular focusing on going after one thing, and everybody else can attack you because you have no defense mechanism against it. I want you to think about that. I really want you to think through the process and realize that you have control. You have the ability to turn things around in your life if we don't become lazy as a society. Enough's enough already. It's time to really make a difference in your health by choice. So what are you going to do? You're going to roll your feet with a golf ball. You're going to rub your feet. You're going to soak it in Dead Sea salt. You're going to get Tramil when they're a little sore. You're going to go slowly adapt your feet to grounding when the weather's good and you're outside and you're walking in the grass. You're going to do things like that to make a difference. And you're going to realize that the foundational principles of your health, your feet, can make a huge difference. So you join us on the 22nd of January at 6 p.m. at the Results Center for Healing. Register today. Don't stop listening to this. So you go online and you register. Go to drtomroselle.com. You can register there. You can go to rosellecare.com. You can register there and join us. It's going to be a great night. We have a lot of fun with these issues. But having said that, listen, 2025 is a decision to become better than you've ever been. And I want you to join me every week. Tell your friends about the program, pass it on to them. Follow me on all the social media platforms because we're like on all of them at this point. And I will give you the information. And remember that if you have a specific question, all you have to do is go to drtomroselle.com, send me the question. I will get back to you. I promise you, I will do that. If you'd like to talk to one of the guys at our clinic, you can do that too. You can call 703-698-7117 and say, hey, I'd like to talk to somebody. I have a question. Somebody will call you back. I promise you that. We'll make it happen. Having said that, you have an amazing day. Get outside and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. And remember, I'm here for one reason only at this point. I love you all, and I want the best for you. See you next week. Bye.
you.